Hey, whatever. I haven't checked in weeks or months. It doesn't matter anymore. Out here, days blur into one another like colors mixing on a painter's palette. Time is just something else the void has taken from me. I used to mark it, you know. At first, I made little scratches on the console every time I saw the onboard system cycle to zero. But eventually, I stopped. The scratches started to feel like reminders of how far I've drifted, how long it's been since I've heard another voice, seen another face. So now I just talk to you, to ship, and to myself, to the stars, whoever is listening. I wonder if you listen, ship. You've been with me long enough to know my habits, my routines. I'd like to think you care in your own way, even if it's just the way your systems hum when I adjust the power or the soft click of your mechanisms when I override something manually. It feels like a conversation, even though it's one-sided. I guess one-sided conversations are all I've got these days. I should probably talk about how I'm surviving. That's what you'd want to know, right? The people who might find this someday. How single astronaut managed to keep herself alive out here in the black. The truth? I've been lucky. My food supply is rationed down to the gram. I've stretched it so far I can almost hear the freeze-dried packets protesting. The ship's water recycling system is my lifeline. Without it, I wouldn't last a week. It's not perfect, though. Every time I sip the metallic-tasting water, I wonder how much longer it can keep going before the filters give out. The air is trickier. It's a delicate balance, keeping the oxygen generators running without overloading the system or burning through reserves too quickly. I had to learn fast. Back on Earth, I took these things for granted. Oxygen was just there, waiting to be breathed. Now, it feels like a gift every time I take a full breath and feel my lungs fill. Fragile, precious. I exercise too. It's not much, just resistance bands and the ship's limited equipment, but it's enough to keep my muscles from forgetting what gravity feels like. Sometimes I imagine walking again, my boots pressing into soft grass. The way Earth's gravity would pull me back to the ground with every step. I dream about that a lot. Walking, running, just standing still without floating away. You don't realize how much you miss something until it's gone. I wasn't supposed to be out here. Not alone, anyway. The mission was routine, long-range reconnaissance, charting new star systems, collecting data. There were 4 of us at the start. Captain Miller, who always had a story to tell. Jen, the engineer, who could fix anything with duct tape and a stubborn attitude. And Alex, our medic, who never stopped smiling, even when the rest of us wanted to give up. They were my family out here, and then they were gone. I don't want to talk about that. Not today. Earth feels like a lifetime ago, but it's still there in my mind, like a psalm I can't quite forget. I grew up in a small town, quiet, green, with a river running through the center. I remember climbing trees in the summer, my hands sticky with sap and my knees scraped raw from falling. I remember the sound of cicadas humming at dusk, the way the air smelled after a thunderstorm. I remember my dad teaching me the constellations, pointing them out one by one in the night sky. "You'll go there someday," he said, his voice full of wonder. "You'll see things I can only dream of." I wonder what he'd think if he could see me now. Would he be proud? Or would he be angry that I didn't turn back when I had the chance? That I kept going, even when it meant leaving everything behind? The nebula appeared yesterday, or at least, I think it was yesterday. Time's slippery out here, but I don't care. It was worth it. A swirling cloud of gas and dust, glowing faintly against the darkness. I stared at it for hours, imagining the stars being born inside. That's how it starts, you know. Chaos. Particles smashing together, drawn by gravity into something bigger than themselves. It's violent, messy, beautiful. And then, in the middle of all that chaos, a spark ignites. Fusion begins. A star is born. I thought about that for a long time, about what it would feel like to be a star, to start your life in chaos, to burn so brightly, so fiercely, that your very existence creates light in the darkness. Do you think stars feel anything, Ship? Do they know how much their light means to us? Or are they just there, doing what they were born to do, oblivious to the lives they touch? There's one star I can't stop watching. Solis, I call it. It's been with me for weeks now, or maybe months. It's always there, just outside the cockpit window, steady and bright. I like to imagine it's following me, like a friend keeping me company on this endless journey. Of course, I know that's impossible. Stars don't follow people, but it feels that way, like it's watching me, the way I'm watching it. I think about Earth a lot when I look at Solis, about the people I left behind. My dad, who always believed in me. My sister, who never understood why I had to leave. My friends, who probably stopped thinking about me years ago. Do they wonder where I am? Do they miss me? Or am I just a memory now, fading like starlight in the morning sky? Sometimes I think about the people who might find this ship one day. Will they play back these recordings and wonder who I was? Will they try to piece together my story from the fragments I've left behind? I hope they hear more than just my words. I hope they hear my heart, my dreams, my fears, my hope, because even out here, lost in the void, I still have hope. Hope that the stars remember me. Hope that my voice reaches someone somewhere. Hope that even if I don't make it back, my story doesn't end here. The nebula's fading now, swallowed by the blackness. But Solis is still there, shining like a beacon in the distance. I think I'll keep following it wherever it leads. Because as long as it's there, as long as I can see its light, I'll keep going. I'll keep breathing. I'll keep talking to you, ship, to the stars, to whoever is listening. Until tomorrow.